All right, Shalom. It's your brother Kwashab. Coming back at you another quick lesson. And before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach Kodash, and double honors to the apostles, as well as the elders and bishops of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and rule well, in peace, blessings, and salutations be to those elect. And peace, blessings, salutations be unto the hopefully elect, as well as those who believe in the gospel and meet you endure unto the end, Lord willing. All right. And I just want to get into a quick lesson. I believe I had titled it Our Holy Suffering Leads to a Holy Reward. All right. In which, just the premise of things, kind of been on my spirit, going into just kind of speaking with a few brothers and different things. And, ultimately, I was suffering, all right, as it says, and I'm going to just get it in a little bit, but, I was suffering is ultimately the suffering that we are going through, all right, and the suffering that we are going to go through, all right, it all will lead to better things that our minds, our hearts, could not imagine, and, as we continue to go through it, all right, and, things are only going to get, more intense, all right, things are going to intensify, as we go through persecution, all right, as we go through the actual fire, all right, and that's the only way to get to the kingdom, all right, you can't go around the fire, you can't go through the fire, all right, it's like it, but you have to go through the fire, all right, and, we know that fire is ultimately a purifying agent, all right, and just melting away the impurities off and refining us, all right. When we go into that word refine, it means to bring back to the purest estate, the purest condition that we're going to be in on this side, man, and try to find this one in Matthew, I got a few precepts. I didn't bookmark them or write them down, just something that I was just kind of meditating on and thinking about, and Lord willing, I don't forget any, all right? But let's go ahead and get so we're going to get to 2 Corinthians 4, all right, verse 18, all right? And another thing, real quick, want to get this word holy, all right? It means a consecrated, sacred, or godly, all right? So when something is consecrated, all right, it cannot be profaned, all right? And ultimately, going to the word holy, it means to be set apart, all right? It means to be set apart. So our suffering, all right, is different from what the world suffers from. The world suffers from things of trying to progress and, get to $1 million, create generational wealth, all right? We don't worry about those things. So therefore, our suffering is different. We suffer for righteousness, man. All right? Let me get that real quick. I'll come back to the second address. Is it better to suffer for righteous? Let's see if it'll come up. Damn. Right, that's it. 1 Peter 3:17, it says, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. All right, suffering for what? Righteousness' sake, man. All right, suffering for trying to just be righteous. All right, in the world for the wickedness, it's hard to be righteous, man. All right, especially when you're looked at as an outcast. All right, when you're looked at as quote-unquote different, It's easy, though. Being righteous is easy, all right? But spiritually, but the flesh tugs at you and wants you to be wicked. That's where the fight begins, right? But that's why I was suffering, the things that we suffer, the afflictions, the infirmities, and different things that we go through is ultimately going to lead to a different reward, all right? Or a holy reward, man. A reward that's set apart, So this is 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 57, it says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth, 'earth, 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 All right. This is what we have to do. All right. This is what we are up against. All right. This is what we have to fight against, man. You know. It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. You see. So if we suffer, let me get that into, I believe it's Timothy 2 Timothy 2, verse 12. I start at 11. I start at 10. It says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahushua. Excuse me. All right. It says, with eternal glory. You see? And that's what the reward is ultimately going to be. All right. Being a part of the first fruits of eternal glory. All right. Actually seeing the kingdom of heaven being established. Actually seeing it be built up, man. All right. Actually having a seat at the table under Yahushua, man. You know, being a part of that governing body. You see? So as we suffer, all right, these are things that we ponder and think about, you know, that we are suffering for. All right. This is the righteous things that we are suffering for. All right. To be a ruler, all right, in the kingdom to come, in the world to come forever. You see? There's no chance, no other chance of doing that. All right. But except to be right here in this ministry, man. All right. Right here pushing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you know. So it says, verse 11, it is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. You see? So if we die in Yahushua HaMashiach, all right, putting our members, mortifying our members, all right, you know, being baptized in his death, all right, suffering the things, as Yahushua said, that we have to suffer, all right, what is going to say in verse 12? If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. You see? But that's the point, you know, the things that we suffer, all right, as long as we suffering, you know, and we're not, you know, sitting here being in the wars, me spirit, but it's just a point that we're going to ultimately get through. You know, all the sufferings and things that we go through is ultimately going to lead to better things, all right? It tells you that. It's a lot, you know, for typing these in. You know, I should have had them pulled up, but persuaded better things, man. Hebrews 6:9. It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, in that in the things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. You see? So we are persuaded better rewards than the people in the world. All right. The most that you can get here in this society is what? Money. All right. Riches. All right. That could be moth-eaten. That could be corrupted. All right. But we'll land on what? Spiritual riches, man. Spiritual treasures. You see? That can't be corrupted. That can't be taken away from us, man. You know? That's why we are persuaded better things, you know? And Jake can't grasp that or understand that, or why, you know, you don't try to, you know, I got these moves, I want to make these investments, you know, and nothing wrong with that, you know, to each his own, you know. But when it comes to being fully submerged and trying to, you know, chase the bag, man, all right, no, you know, we are fully submerged, all right, or we have been baptized, right, which the word baptized just to me means just to be fully submerged in water, right? We have been baptized with what? Chasing the truth, chasing Yahushua, all right? We have become his prisoner, all right? Not a prisoner of the world. So therefore our reward, all right, will be better than what the world can offer us, man, you know? But this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 16, I believe. I'll just get the point 17 and 18, right? It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more. You see that? A far more exceeding an eternal weight of glory. All right. When you read in the NLT, it says, for our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. You see? So our sufferings, all right, our sufferings are set apart, all right, is different from what the world suffers from. So therefore our reward is going to be different from what the reward that the world gets, you know. And let me get the word reward, man. All right, because everybody think a reward is just always something that's good, you know, something that comes with at your benefit. All right, tripping. All right, it says what one deserves. You see, so it's not just what your benefit is. The Lord is going to reward you depending on the things that, you know, as Jake like to say, what have you done for me lately, man? All right, have you kept my works until the end? Have you lost faith? Have you, you know, these are the things that the Lord is going to discern, all right, when he comes back to give you a reward. You see, it says, I'm gonna jump down. It says the meaning, a return or payment for service or hardship. You see, so he's gonna, hey man, the Lord gonna pay us out for suffering. You see, and we gonna hear, you know, Tawab Malak, you know, which is good. Malak is king, you know, a good job king, you know, and he gonna place crowns upon our heads, man. It says something given in recognition of a merit, virtue, or prize. It is from late, sometimes punishment or recompense for evil doing. You see, so a lot of people in that's not in this fate, all right, or that have lost faith, they're just going to get a punishment, all right. Their reward is going to be a recompense for their evil doings, man, for not sowing into Yahweh Bashim Shai, but sowing into the world. You see, it says, that's pretty much the point, all right, because I just wanted to grab to where it explains that, look, man, a reward is not just a good thing, all right. Jake just think, oh, you get a reward, you get a prize. No, man, it's a punishment as well. You see, the Lord has a perfect balance with everything, you know. But there was another one at Romans that I was gonna get. I'm trying to think of where it was. Was it 8? Romans 8. Salakia. That's why I should have bookmarked all these precepts. But I ended off here. All right. Right, Romans 8:18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of the present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. All right, but you know, as it says in the NLT, yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later. You see, and that's a letter, all right, a message to the hopeful elect, man. All right, that's a message. The things that we suffer now, all right, even the sufferings to come, all right, like Apostle Kabal always say, man, we was brought into this ministry to suffer, all right, for the sake of Yahweh Shai, all right. He suffered for us. We can't suffer for him? No, man, all right. Whether it's financially, all right, mentally, physically, spiritually, right? We suffer in all kind of different ways, man. You know, we catch, like brother said, we catch hell in all different kind of ways. You see, and that's a part of our suffering, you know. But these sufferings ultimately are going to lead to what? The glory that he revealed to us he will reveal to us at a later time, you know. And which these rewards that we're going to get is going to be like no other, all right. And it's going to make the sufferings and the things that we went through, all right. Oh, that's what I wanted to get, that second address. Was it Matthew 7? It ties in with the second address, but I'll just get it in Matthew, you know, because I said it, I was mentioning it earlier, you know, because we got to go through that fire, you know. But it's No, I'm just get the one in Second Esdras. In Salakia. Second Esdras chapter 7. Yep, this the one. Yep, this is Second Esdras chapter 7, verse 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. You see? The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. You see? So when you picture this, all right, you picture a very narrow bridge with like steps that you can only put one foot on at a time, all right? You know, picture something, you know, you seeing fire, boisterous fire, all right, on the right, all right? And the deep waters, you know, right down the left, and you know, you fall in that water, no matter how good you swim, you're done, you know? But this is the things, you know, focused in on what's behind this path, all right? It says verse 8, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one that go in there at once. If this city now were given into a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the dangers set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? You see? So, like people in the world say, nothing good comes easy, man. All right, we'll have to suffer, you know. That's just it. I just can't say it any better than that. We just have to suffer, right? You go back in the world, you still gonna suffer, man. So why not suffer for the sake of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? You know, that's an easy thing to do. You know, to know and understand the reward that's at hand and that we will receive at the end. You know, I just want to get this one in Matthew. I think it's 20. When it said the kingdom was in a broad field, all right, and the man, the reward was so precious that he went and sold everything he had, you know. Yep. It's Matthew 13 and 24. That ain't it. That ain't it. Damn, man. Let's try this. Is it 13 down here? Yep, 44. It's 13, Matthew 13 and 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, the which when a man had found, he hide it, and for joy thereof go and sell it all that he had, and buy it that field. Again, and that's the point, all right? And the man see how precious something is, all right? He finds a treasure in the middle of a field, and he's like, oh, there's nothing more worth, nothing more valuable than this. And he goes and sells everything that he has, man. You know, just to what? Just to keep that reward, all right, or that treasure that he had found, all right, in that particular field, man. You know. But I believe that's pretty much the point. All right, it is a lesson I wanted to make. So, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, and straight to the point. And Salakia for kind of not having my precepts down and being a little bit unprepared. I just kind of wanted to get this off on the fly. So, you know,